Hey everybody, Captain Jim Palmer, the Dream Business Coach here. What I'm about to show you is a very edited down version of a free training I did for the members of my Build Your Dream Business Now Facebook group. It is the top 10 mistakes entrepreneurs are making that keep them broke. It was about a 45-minute training. I cut it down from 10 to 5 and cut out some of the banter in between and comments that the members were making. And I wanted to show you in this, I think it's about 18 minutes, this very small version of what usually goes on Free Training Tuesday within the group. So watch this. It's 5 of the top 10 reasons that keep most entrepreneurs broke. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is because this will help you decide. If you watch these, you'll either, two things are going to happen. One of two things. You're either going to resonate and go, wow, I want to be part of the Build Your Dream Business Now Facebook group, which by the way is free, or you're going to say, nope, can't stand Jim, don't like the way he teaches, he's too verbose. Whatever that is, that's totally cool. I hope this video attracts you into our community of 300 plus small business owners. And honestly, folks, if I'm not the guy for you, if you don't like the training or the style or whatever it is, that is totally cool also. By the way, you know what that is? That's called great marketing. Great marketing attracts the right people, it repels the others. So I'm going to share this, usually what's very private inside the Facebook group. I've decided to share half of what I did the other night with the top 10 mistakes that keep entrepreneurs broke. Check it out. I hope you like it. And if you do like it, come join us at dreambizgroup.com, dreambizgroup.com. Check this out. Welcome everybody to Free Training Tuesday here at the Build Your Dream Business Now Facebook group. I am Captain Jim Palmer, the Dream Business Coach. Free Training Tuesday is a very special benefit that you get for being part of this group. All right, today's topic. Yeah, it's going to be a little hard hitting. Hope you can take it. Top 10 mistakes entrepreneurs make to keep themselves broke or at least struggling far too long. All right, let's get right to the top 10 mistakes entrepreneurs make that keep them broke or at a minimum severely restricting or postponing their growth, all right? It's also fair to say at some point in these top 10, you might think I'm talking about you, and that would be okay because you're not alone. Probably talking about a lot of people that are watching. And honestly, talking about myself, or probably most of them, I didn't actually go down the whole list and see how I fit most of them, but most of the things I teach you are things that I have worked through, suffered through myself. So thankfully, I overcame all these obstacles. I have created my dream business. My business allows me to live this dream lifestyle. Stephanie and I on this boat. I work 3 days a week with my clients. We have an unbelievable life. We feel very, very blessed, but it came with a lot of hard work. That is a prerequisite, hard work and some other things we're going to talk about. So let's go. I decided instead of going 1 to 10, I decided to do it David Letterman style. Let's go. So number 10, slow walker. You are a slow walker. That means you are slow walking everything that's important and can help you grow a more successful business because A, it might be hard. B, it might take a while to get it done. It's not going to be instant results. You're not going to stick it in the microwave oven and all of a sudden go to 6 figures. Or C, this is a big one. There's probably an investment of time and or money or both. And therefore, you're just going to slow walk that. I can just spend my time over here on this stuff, which is easy to do. Tick it off the list. Makes me feel and look busy. No big financial commitment. And there you go. You know, maybe a couple examples of that might be books, blog posts, podcasts, maybe becoming a speaker. Those are all things that are going to require an investment of time and money to make them work, and they're going to be not a quick hit in terms of results. And so people would rather do other things. I'm just going to post to Facebook, I'm going to show happy pictures of me everywhere, and we're going to let that be the reason people want to connect with me. So I'm going to slow walk all of the things that I know other people have done and they've had great success with. But I don't need to do those so much. You know why? Because I'm a slow walker. So take that. Number 10. Number 9 is kind of a double header. I call it out of focus and gross. So out of focus means you're focused on short-term profits and not the long-term health and profitability of your business. And part 2 is you focus on gross revenue and not net revenue. Things that are going to make a difference in your business down the road might have an initial cost now. They might also be slow or very low profit margin items, but they're the things that will make a big difference down the road. Once again, because of the microwave mentality, people don't want to do those certain things. And the other part about this one, number 9, is you focus on gross and not net. let me ask you something. Would you rather have a business that does a $500,000 a year and earns you $80,000 a year, or would you rather have a business that does $180,000 a year and nets you $120,000? I would hope it's B, but a lot of people focus on high gross dollars because that's where you get the bragging rights. So you feel really good about yourself. But folks, what makes the biggest difference in the world, the money you take home, the money you donate, the money you spread to others, the money that you share with your staff, whatever you want to do with, that comes from net. It doesn't come from gross. Number 6, I call ROI Madness. ROI Madness. Too many entrepreneurs have I know it's going to hurt somebody. They have a free traffic mentality, but then question why they're not getting paid traffic results. In other words, you think that a blog post or a tweet or a Facebook update will suffice as an effective marketing campaign to attract a boatload of customers and targeted prospects who are ready to hire me. That's your thought. And I say that because some of the people that I have spoken to literally in the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I'll leave it broad because I don't want you to figure out who you are. I won't name you. But they're like, Jim, what are some of the free things I can do right now to bring traffic to me? And I know what they are, but I'm like, well, why? Do you want to have a dream business 10 years from now? I mean, step up. Invest in yourself. That's what paid traffic is going to do. Paid traffic is the best way to bring more targeted traffic. Free traffic mentality, that goes a long way across multiple platforms. If you're always looking for the free way out, and I'll tell you what, my last 2 or 3 books, I know Stop Waiting, Decide, and Yes, Just Say Yes. All of those books, that's when on book number 765, on book number 5, which is Stop Waiting for It to Get Easier. When I launched that book, that's when I went to the free book plus $6.95 shipping and handling model, which works really great. Because you know why? Nobody's going to get rich selling $15 or $20 books, okay? What's going to make you wealthy is if more people get your book, read it, consume it, and decide, wow, this guy's really good, I should work with him. That's going to mean more to you than saying, hey, I sold a crap ton of books, right? So you need to step up and do that. Now, the other thing I do, by the way, which goes to show there are different levels of paid traffic, I do $6.95 shipping and handling, and I don't care where you are. I mean, I've shipped books to about 10 different countries. On average, when it leaves the States, it costs me about $22 to $34. Sometimes it's $45. I still collect $6.95. I will eat that. I have coaching clients in Australia. I've had them in England, in France, in the Netherlands, and I've played the big picture. Now, by the way, what I just shared with you is an example of which lesson was that? That was Slow Walker. Oh, that was gross and not net short-term profitability. I am totally okay losing a nickel a book or $1 a book or $25 a book because that book is going to be a great tool to grow my business, but it won't happen today. You know why? Guess why? People that get a book, they don't read it tonight. They might read it a month from now or 6 months from now. You've got to be willing to invest now. Let your short-term profits go for the long-term profitability and health of your business. So the best thing you can do is erase this free ticket. Oh, the reason I started telling you that story, I've had no less than a dozen people on my last book launch say, I can't afford the shipping and handling. Is there any way you can send it to me for free? Now, I'm sorry if you're truly in that bad of a situation. I mean, geez, we do a lot for charity, but seriously, you're an entrepreneur and you don't want to put out $6.95 for a book that might change your life or at least give you a direction? You're always looking to pick up the pennies and the nickels when you should be after, how am I going to make the dollars? You've got to change your mindset around. Now, folks, the reason I can say this to you, and I have no qualms about it, is when I started my business, I was already 50 grand in debt. And over the course of the next several years, as I grew my business and kept my family afloat, I've shared this before. I shared on the Millionaire Mindset training piece and other places. I had as much as $140,000 of credit card debt. I know what it's like to step up, to put my own money on the line, to bet on myself, to invest in myself. If there was somebody that I wanted to work with that's going to take me from here to here and I can get there faster, I will pony up that money because I truly believed in my heart, mind, and soul that I was going to be wildly successful. I didn't know when, but I didn't want to slow walk it. So don't assume for 1 minute, well, look at Jim and his big boat, and he can afford this. $695 is nothing to him. It's a lot of money, and I've been there. And what I'm trying to do now is teach you some of the lessons that I learned. All right, 5. This is going to surprise some people. You're thinking too damn big. What? I thought you told us to have a dream business. If we're going to have any business, why don't you have a dream business? Sometimes thinking too big hinders any action or growth. So A, thinking that you need to make a big impact in the universe. I want to make a huge impact. But you know what? Here's the thing. Not everybody is called to make a gigantic impact in the universe. Maybe if you made an impact in your family, in your community, in your local community or whatever, maybe that's what you're called to. Not everybody is made to be put up on Mount Rushmore, so to speak. Number 2, you don't need as many customers as you think to create a very successful and profitable business and therefore make a great income and a big impact in your community. I once had a coaching client or prospect who actually did become a coaching client who told me on our initial call, he said, I really need to convert maybe 2% of the audience. Now, I think the 2% came from something he heard about direct mail, and maybe he looked to get a 2% response and things like that. But anyway, for whatever reason, he was really hunkered down on that 2% before he moved forward. How do I figure out the plan that's going to get me in 2% of my audience? And I said, let me ask you a question. How many people do what you do? In other words, what is your available prospective audience size just in the United States? And he said something like 48,000 or something like that. And I said, so if you can get 960 of these people to hire you, you're thinking that's the good business model. Sure, 2%, that'd be awesome. By the way, 960 people, I'd be making a very, very nice living. I said, well, I would agree. But I think the reason you're not moving forward is bad math. I think you're stuck on this gigantic picture when in reality, if you would focus on the result that you would like to achieve and then figure out, reverse engineer how you're going to get there. I said, let me ask you this. And this guy had a very successful private practice. I'll just leave it at that. And I said, how much do you want to earn with this new revenue stream? He said, listen, if in 12 months I could add another 6 figures or double 6, I said anywhere from $100 to $200,000 in additional revenue would be good, right? He said, yeah. I think, okay, let me take you down this little path. With this, it was basically a coaching program. With this coaching program, of which, I'm a fan of 3, so there's going to be multiple options, but let's just go with 1 so we can stay on track. You can stay with me in easy math. Do you think $497 a month would be a reasonable rate to charge for somebody with your experience? Do you think you could find people to join your program if it was priced at $497 a month? He said, yes, that would be a no-brainer in his words. I then did a little quick math on my little calculator, and I said, let me tell you something, Mr. Big Thinker. I didn't say that, but this is what I'm thinking. I said, if you get 17 people a month to pay you $497, that will generate $101,000 a year. 17. I said, suppose you get wildly successful and you get 34 people. Out of 34 people out of 960 to pay you $497 a month, you will be earning $202,000. And there was silence on the phone. Folks, the big lesson here is thinking big is really good, but don't let the wrong type of big thinking paralyze you into inaction. What is the number you want to make? You should write that down right now, or as soon as I'm done. Just write it down. How much money do you want to make? I want to make my first 100,000, or I'm already doing 150,000. I want to be at 250. Whatever that number is, we then reverse engineer what are my programs going to look like and how many people do I need in each of these programs to make it happen. That very simple exercise is going to result, actually watch this, it's going to result in big picture thinking, because I'm going to show you how it's not as hard as you think to make a healthy income. But if you've got a business that has a need, there's a problem, you're solving problems, you're adding value to people, and you've been in business 5 years and you're not yet at 6 figures, we need to talk. I can help you. The number one reason that many entrepreneurs sadly are broke and will stay that way, or they're extremely slow walking the growth of their business, is they just say no. Now, I'm not talking about Nancy Reagan just saying no to drugs, her whole strategy back in the 80s. It has to do actually with your inability to just say yes and pull the trigger. Number one, when you have an opportunity that through all due diligence appears to make great sense for your business, but you can't say yes, so you back burner it. Too many entrepreneurs do have an understanding of where they are, and importantly, they have an understanding of where they'd like to be, and in between there, that's called the chasm. And they may even know who's got the best chance of building the bridge to help them get there, but they can't get themselves to say yes. It's just too scary. It's just too risky. You know, I posted a question to Facebook, I think last Tuesday or Wednesday, just going off of memory. It was something like this: are you playing not to lose, or are you playing to win? These are complete polar opposite strategies, by the way. They're completely opposite strategies, and they will produce completely different results. Playing not to lose means you only make safe bets and you only make small investments that don't hurt too much, especially if they don't work out. If this is your philosophy or it describes your comfort level as it relates to risk, then I suggest you got to think of something, or just be happy with where you are. And if that's the case, that's fine too. On the other hand, if you want to play to win, then that's a whole different ball game. I'm going to end. That's 10 through 1. That's the 10 things that I believe, from my experience being an entrepreneur and being in the business world for as long as I have, and being a coach for the last 8 years, helping a lot of people achieve more, seeing other people who didn't achieve more, and I've figured out why that was. Those are the top 10 reasons I believe are holding people back. All right. That's a pretty cool list. I'll say this, folks. If your goal is to be comfortable, chances are you'll never get wealthy. If your goal is to be wealthy or rich, whatever word you want to use, chances are you're going to end up mighty comfortable. And if you're not truly, and I mean fully and totally committed to creating wealth, chances are very good you won't. It is an all-in proposition. But listen, let me tell you this. I am really, really good at what I do. I'm passionate about helping more entrepreneurs and small business owners build their dream business, whatever that looks like. I guarantee you, if you choose to work with me and I choose to work with you, it's got to be a good two-way street. I will rock your world like I've done for so many people. And my name is Captain Jim Palmer. I am the Dream Business Coach. I'm committed to helping you build a more successful business faster. I've enjoyed this time together, folks. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate you being here. I will see you next time on Free Training Tuesday.